Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smiths in the Black with the Strat Time Report. Not really sure what's holding these babies up because we got a lot of puking going on there, but let's take a look. So, if we go to our 60 SPY, we know we've been watching this broadening formation here, right? And so it'll get bigger, which it did. So yesterday you had that rally here off the hammer that goes and takes out the higher high, then closes up here, and then boom, gaps down. So this broadening formation is getting a little bigger. And remember, yesterday was an outside day, right? So if we're going to get back through that, you want to get back into this range here. Take out the highs, take out the lows, make the lower low. Are you going to come back again, or is it going to expand? So right here is very important. The low of 441.94, and we're below that right now. Doji on the 60, just kind of sitting there for now. Once again, weekly. Look at this, coming into a Thursday, back to a doji doing nothing, and that's what you can expect. This price discovery while we build this inside month. Right, that's what's going on here. So obviously we got a lot of geopolitical stuff. We keep getting rumors about Ukraine left and right. So some people on pins and needles doing a lot of nothing, waiting to see how this kind of resolves. QQQ very similar. Here's your broadening formation on the 60, like so. All right, made it yesterday and up to there, and now that outside day. So we won't know about this low. Otherwise, this buying is getting rejected below here. As far as we know, below 350.71, you're below that right now. Still an inside month, but closer to taking that out, but you are green on the week. So a whole bunch of conflict in here, and that's when you get that stall out, and why we're watching every new 60. You can see it start to lift on the new 60 just a bit. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and the Dow Jones wasn't strong enough to be an outside day by a couple of cents. But it did take out the slight higher highs of this stuff, right? So it's similar, it's just a little weaker there, but still handily inside month. Dog in, and you can see this on the week. Doji on a Thursday. Awful, right? So that's why we're going with the stocks that are moving all this week and pretty much this month. Small cappers, inside week, doing nothing. Look at this inside month doji, still doing nothing. So to a lesser extent, you can see this, the higher high and the lower low as the price discovery these 2 days became an outside bar of that. So this is really tight stuff, folks. So if anything, some of these energies are holding. PXD coming up here just a tad. So energy's firming up. EOG, as we know that this is going to be, it's still inside day, but staying firm as far as we know. Crude itself just stabilizes a tad and still waiting on a lot of news over there. If we go to, this gapper list that I put in here, and I constantly tell people, if you just stay on that, you're fine, right? And I'll tell you why. Show you why. DoorDash on the 60, right? 2 up by gapping up, 2 down. Boom, short below this. 106.73, all right? So there's $5 as of now. And on the new 60, you can either take it if it starts moving up, or you can just start stopping yourself, moving it down the 30s. The inside 30 that triggered the 60. So I'm good as long as it doesn't make a higher high in the 30 if you'd like. Or, $5, not bad. If you go to APP, and APP, you can look at this here on the 15er. I know I say 30 60s, but 15's plenty of time. Boom, 2-2 reversal on the 15. Here, above 57.88. It's trading almost $65, right? There's another nice one if you just let it rock, right? How about FVRR, Fiverr? Fiverr, not totally creaming it, but if you go to the 60, you're going to see this here. 2 up, 2 up, 2 down. Right there, there's a 2-2 reversal on the 60, right? Below 85.39, so there's almost another $2 right there. You see, if you just stay on that stuff instead of trying to jump around a lot. It's really fragmented to the upside today, but we got gold coming up again. Gold. So gold trying to go on the move, and remember, here it started with this, the outside week, the 312, and still good. So far, still good. That gives us our J-Nuggers. Here, still trying to come up, and our GLDs and all those kind of guys. Here, having another nice little day there and taking out last month's highs. That's what you like to see, and having a nice week. That's what you look for, a nice green week. Any 15ers in here for me? A little tricky, but we'll see. If we go to WST, And WST just having a nice little reversal day. 2 down hammer, 2 up, and a little choppy. Let's see how that 60 looks. A little choppy on that 60 coming up. Still handily an inside month. Always be aware of that. But now trying to set up that rev strat week. Coming into a Thursday. Inside bar and then down hammer. But we'll see how that goes. We always want to have an if this then that statement. And be like, well, Rob, how can I take this if it was right on the month or the week at the time? I'm like, because if that works, you're going to set that baby up. If we go to grin. It's easy to grin when your stock's ripping. So here, having a nice little day here. A little fast on that 60. We'll see if there's any 15ers. Here, there you go. Rev Strat 15. You see those? Inside bar, slight lower low. 1, 2, boom. You're in, and let it rock. If we go to Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman was in my video yesterday for the Rev Strat day. Inside bar, poke down, boom. Off she goes and still moving here. The War Machine, still an inside week, but getting closer to taking that out. Potentially an outside month, too. So Northrop Grumman on the move. And, of course, you can watch like LMT to a lesser extent right now. General Dynamics, maybe, to see if those guys go. If we go to SBLK. SBLK on the macro vid. Boom. Inside day to the upside. Now just stalling out a tad here. How's them 60? See if you can get yourself an inside 60. We'll see. But once again, taking out all the month and the week and everything, a little exhaustion risk by going into recent highs. If we go to OM, we got Kathy talking right now, so there's always that. You hear me talk about a kicking pattern. This is what that is. Closing near the lows, almost the entire bar is red, and then you gap above it. Yeah. Everybody's gone, and anybody who's short could stay short. Then you come back to a previous range. You guys got guys short against this, right? So you get that powerful move. We'll see. It's pretty quick. Still an inside month, but giving us almost the outside week. OM. We'll see if that sets up over the course of the day. If we go to RS. And RS just gapping and holding. So taking out last month's highs, that's a 3-2. Outside bar, this selling is getting rejected. 3-2 to the upside. Holds its gap, just a little quiet since then. We'll see if anything comes of that. The shenanigans of the day. ISPO, for whatever the heck is going on here. Let's see if there's any nice 15ers. Looks like they might have halted that thing and then brought her down and then brought her back up. So be careful. Just something to laugh at if you're not going to trade it. If you go to Trump stock, DWAC. DWAC's starting to come in now, but was taking out yesterday's high. So we'll see. It's just mellowing out. But there's a lot of the same old story of misery on the downside. AFRM. Here's why you don't bottom pick. Because it's still going down. Look at this. Outside week. Which means this buying is getting rejected. Remember how hard that got rejected? Boom. 3-2 week to the downside. Still working. After the 3-2 day, which is still working. If you go to PayPal, it's still working. Right? Anybody trying to bottom pick this? Doesn't know what they're doing. All right? It's still working. Right now you got an inside 15er, but bright red on the month. That's what we look for once again. Just like that AFRM, there's that outside week, which means this buying is still getting rejected down into the lows and still puking. Facebook, Meta boy, not doing much on the day, but not coming back either. I just want to keep pointing out all the similarities. The outside bar, this buying got rejected. It is still getting rejected as far as we know. Not getting killed today, but still in trouble. And these are just the things you want to avoid. Falling knives, some people call them. If you go to CrowdStrike, still an inside month, but you have your weekly signal, the 2 up, 2 down reversal. And you can see that's had a tough time since then. Today, how's that 30 looking? A little tricky, a little fast, but we'll see if that sets up again. If we go to TWLO. And TWLO. So when you see something like this, just a slow grinder down, it's like it didn't really care about the futures firming up or anything like that. And going into the recent lows, so a little exhaustion risk, but you are taking out last month's lows. And here's what you wait for when you hear me see triangle the out on the weekly. the two up, the shooter. There's your triangle, and then boom, and come on, stop these three guys out right here. So there you go. If you go to Overstock, and Overstock having some issues here. Once again, we're always watching these signals we can get. It's still an inside month, but you got your 2-2 reversal. 2 up, boom, shooter back down and try and stop all this stuff out, you see, and have these guys become an outside bar of these. Still working so far. Slow creeper puker, but we'll see. Let's go to the 60s here. If we go to Crocs. Crocs here. Inside bar, poke up. That's a 1-2-2 rev strat, and boom, takes it into the lows. And if that works, you take out the lows of last month, still going. Daily, this is called a Momo shooter. Here, gaps down, tries to recover, and then boom, down she goes. All right, so anybody who's trying to bottom pick yesterday, stopped out their gun. If we go to IAC, and IAC here on the weekly, 2 up, 2 down, reversal on the week, and if that works, takes out last month's lows. This thing having all sorts of trouble here, now just kind of stalling out. We'll see if anything more comes of that. If we go to Zscaler, ZS, still an inside week, so you're aware of that, still an inside month, but you did have that inside day break right here. Boom, and down she goes, and having a rough morning there. So if we go to Dxcm, once again here, is this a 3 or a 2? That's a 3, so it came down here, but it's outside bar, 3-2 down on the week, getting closer to taking the month, and we'll see if anything more comes of that. If we go to Splunk, tried to go inside the week and go up, right? Tried to take out last month's highs, it did, but then what happened? Inside day, boom. There's your reversal right there, inside day, and if that works, it sets up the rev strat for next week. Still have a day and a half to go, but we'll see how that sets up. If we go to Okta, and once again, what we're looking for, almost taking out that month, albeit still inside month. This market really drying up here as well. It should. A bunch of news coming out. So, but anyway, here you got the 2 up by taking out the high, 2 down. Boom. Now we're going to try and stop out all these guys. So, Okta having some problems there. If we go to Coop, and Coop, still an inside month, but once again, 2 up, 2 down on the week. That's going to get my attention. And there's Momo shoot. And down she goes. We'll see if that sets up again for us as well. If we go to Palo Alto. And Palo Alto here. Barely, but trying to take that 2 down on the week. Still handling an inside month, but having a nice red puker day. And how about this baby? Did he say that you could just stay on the gap list? He did. Inside 60 TXG. 2 down, inside, 2 up. Over 83.56. There's another couple bucks. If we go to Roku, earnings coming out this afternoon. Be aware of that. Roku, trying to do the same thing those other guys are doing. Come back through here on a 2-2 reversal week. Still inside of the month, but getting closer. And the Chicago setup 3-1-2 day, outside day, inside day, and down she goes, firming up on the new 60s. But so we'll see. Like I said, earnings coming out, so be aware of that. If you go to AMPL, just gap puker, welcome to the world. And once again, you have the gap, but if it didn't gap, this is what you'd be looking for again: the 2 up, the 2 down, and down she goes, coming down. If we go to some of the Bitcoins coming down, you got Coinbase, 2 up, 2 down, not the end of the world, but can be going after that shooter 2-2 on the week. Still an inside month. Once again, here's that Momo shooter. Anybody trying to bottom pick this? A little short covering. Bottom pickers all have their stops at the low, and boom, off they go. That tells you to keep an eye on Mr. All that kind of fun stuff. We'll see. If we go to WKME, wake me. Wake me when February ends. Just get killed. So we'll see if that sets up. I think we had some 30s in there. Here you go, inside on the 30, and down she goes. We'll see if anything more comes of that. Well, let's go shop. Just a couple more shop. Still puking after yesterday. Continuation, so some people stay on the gaps, and you can see it pops back up. Gives you the inside 30, and then right back down. That tells us W still. And W, there you go. And the 30 pokes up, 2 down, and still going. And that takes the inside week to the downside. So, like I said, we've got a lot of newsy stuff coming out here, so be aware of that. And these outside days, if we can stay below those. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Ross Smith, Mr. Black, Strat Time Report.